You know that big box of paint chip sample things that we've all been collecting? Looks something like that. You got something like that? I'm willing to bet that you do. Well, I decided to finally try to do something with some of mine. It's something I've been kind of thinking about for a long time and just not doing anything about. So I finally got it together and made myself a little book. It's Texas sized. It got out of hand a little bit, but I love it. It's weird because it's big, and I'm going to put some handles on it because I don't want a closure on it, but I want to be able to carry it, you know, like a satchel or a purse or something. So I'm going to put handles on it. But I really love it. It has 8 signatures, and they were sewn in individually so that I can go in between and add more signatures if I want, because it's not big enough and it needs more, I'm totally sure. So I left growing room. The cover is a couple of pieces of upholstery fabric. They used to be on my dining room chairs. They were the covers for my dining room chairs. And when we moved from Louisiana back to Texas, my color scheme changed, so I reupholstered the chairs and I kept the fabric because it was in good shape. You know, once I picked off those blobs of dried spaghetti sauce, it was fine. So I kept it. And I just sewed 2 pieces together with some fusible interfacing in between to make it more sturdy. And that was the cover. The whole process, the thing that took the most time, fraying these edges. Oh my gosh. Hours. It took hours in front of the TV. Pulling the little threads to fray all the way around. It was crazy. It was a little bit therapeutic, you know, pulling those threads out. It made a huge mess, but I don't know. It was worth it. I like it. Okay, here's what I did for the inside. I used a lot of the large brochures that you get from the paint store, you know. I think I've used them all. They'll have things like this. I used a bunch of those, and then on the inside, I used some of my individual little colors for different things. I'll show you. And what I'm going to use this book for is just a daily junk journal, not a wet media place, I don't think. I don't plan to anyway. But something mainly for doodling and collage and sort of a smash book type thing, you know, just gluing in bits and pieces. So that's my plan for it. And I've kind of already started. I'll get some close-up pictures and put at the end so you can see better. But I've got on the brochures, some of them that had, you know, pretty pictures. I left the picture showing so that I could doodle over it, which I did on here. And a lot of these brochures are real slick, so you just have to make sure you use a permanent marker, or some oil-based drawing pens are working really well. Otherwise, they're going to smear. Anything that was ugly, like a logo or too much text or an advertisement or something, then I just put a paint chip over that. So I added little pockets here and there, and all these little rectangular paint sample things are just perfect to practice your doodle patterns on. Look, look how many doodle patterns you can fill this thing with. I'm not really going to do that because a lot of doodle patterns. But theoretically, you could. Pockets and fold outs. A small brochure fold out. And I didn't cover these pictures. I thought I could either doodle over them, or if I don't want to look at them, I can get me another little color chip and put over it. And more of those. These were some packaging from the pens that I got at the Japanese dollar store. It's called the Fit Store. So I tipped them in with a piece of packing tape. Just made a little tip in. See, I've already done a tip in. It's already expanding. I knew I would need it to be this big. It's justified right there. Okay. More of these, more of those. There's another pocket with some more little paint postcards and brochures. And I love those for tabs. And that. And then I put, nope, I'm having a tape situation down there, I think. I used really cheap double stick tape that I'm having to go through and replace. More brochures tucked in that little pocket. And then another pocket over here. It's just colorful and fun. And, oh, that was a little flap that I wanted to cover some words right there, but it's not really working. I think I'm going to have to change that or get some kind of clip to clip those in or something. I don't know. There's a pocket back there. And a pocket. I went crazy on the pockets just because I could. And, oh, this one's a fun. See, it's got a little fold out. Because this was real pretty right here underneath, but then there's words and stuff on the top and the bottom. So I covered it with another piece and then just made a little peekaboo. See? I made a peekaboo. And then up here at the top, there's a pocket for those little samples. And this has two little pockets, and I have a bunch of the scraps, my little cut off end pieces from other samples that I used in here. I just piled up all my little scraps and put them there so I can use them someplace else. This one I love. It was just a solid page of the squares, except for right here. So I made a slot, and then I put this little card in there, and then each of these are in a slot. Okay, I don't know if you can see. See? Can you see? Yeah, I just cut little slots for them. So there's that. And another pocket over here. And a fold out. Sliding. I feel like Debbie's design diary, you know how she struggles to hold all her stuff? That's me today. I need her here to juggle my book. Okay, there's that. I love these colors. Over here, there's another pocket with some scraps. Yeah, I've just covered up whatever I didn't want to look at. And this is another slot. And a pocket over here. And another fold out. And I started getting really tired of making pockets and cutting out little slots. Okay, there's another pocket. Some more scraps. And this one's a fold up. And a little tab to fold out. And this is a pocket, some more samples. And that's the end of our story. So, there you have it. Now you too can make a big honkin' paint sample book to put stuff in and to doodle in. And if you need more instructions on the binding, this is the same type of binding that I used when I made my Book of Days journal. I think it was at the beginning of last year, the beginning of 2014. So you can look that up and see how I bound it. Same thing. You just use a long stitch and sew each signature in individually. Or you can just use a pamphlet stitch and do whatever. Doesn't matter. Do what you want. But this is a fun book. I'm really loving it. I just keep it by the couch and then doodle in it while I'm watching TV. And I'm liking it. So maybe you will too. And I'll try to remember to do another video when I get around to making handles for it, because it definitely needs some handles, I think. So, that's it. The end.